everybody.
Yeah.
Look at me. This is me talking in my microphone. Quick change. We're excited to be back here.
Yeah, we are.
Shaping up,
New Mexico style, of course, with personal trainer Karen Von Olst, and we are still getting ready here in our workout.
And we're getting ready in our workout here. But today we're working our legs, which could be kind of like an ouch thing for me.
Yeah, I think it's actually my favorite body part.
It is?
Absolutely. And,
why?
I like the burn.
Yeah,
like
she loves to feel the burn.
I do, you know, and it's like you need your legs for so much. I'm what I call a weekend warrior, so I do a lot of sports outside on the weekends. And in order to do that properly, you have to have good, strong legs. So I like to get them in good shape.
Well, how many muscles are actually in our legs?
In our legs, well, let's see. There's 4 quadricep muscles. There's 1, 2, 3 hamstring muscles. There's about 3 that go this way.
Oh my gosh.
There's inner thigh muscles, about 4 of them. There's outer thigh. There's a lot.
No wonder you get so sore after a leg workout.
Yeah,
You know,
that's just the upper thighs, right?
Which means you have to exercise.
Yeah, and you know what I've noticed? It's always the second day that's the worst. I don't know why that is, but it's always like day number 2 is when I really feel
walking down the stairs.
Ooh.
That's the worst. Worse than walking up.
How often should we work out our legs?
That's a great question. It depends a little bit on what you do. If you're like me and work out really hard on the weekends, then I would say work them in the beginning of the week, like Monday or Tuesdays when I do my big old leg workout. And if I do it hard so that I'm sore for a couple of days, you know, afterwards, then I say only once a week.
Well, what's a well-balanced leg workout?
Okay, so yeah, so if you're a beginner or you do, you know, you just want to get a leg workout, I would say twice a week would be great.
Okay.
And lighter. Don't go so heavy in the beginning so that you can walk down the steps.
You can actually walk.
And you know, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like in the gym, to get a good leg workout, you don't only have to do weights. You can also go on the treadmill. Don't hang on, like I always watch these people hanging on for dear life and they're working on the treadmill, and it's like it really takes away on your workout. And it messes up your back, neck and shoulders. Well, the Stairmaster without hanging on is a great one for your booty.
Oh, kind of just like, almost just use the tips of your fingers to
just
touch?
for balance, and then after that,
that's the inner thighs, right? No, that's outer thigh.
Outer thighs, that's
right.
right.
Outer thigh. That's an area I desperately need help on, and there's the inner thigh.
That's the inner thighs. And you can do different angles on that. It's hard to see in the video here, but as you turn your legs in a little bit, you get different parts of your inner thighs, and as you turn your legs out.
Well, when I watch you do these things, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to understand, how can we avoid the knee problems? Because I think that's a big issue for people.
Yeah, absolutely. With the knee problems, you don't want to overwork one side of the body and not the other side. For example, a lot of people have really strong lateral muscles here, the ladders, and then the inner thighs are very weak, so that's going to track your knee in the wrong direction. So you want to make sure that you're really well balanced in your workouts.
Okay.
And of course the warm-up is important, and like we talked about last week, stretching.
Yeah,
stretching is so
super important.
And we just think it takes up too much time, but it's so important.
And so make sure, and also with the front and the back of your muscles in your legs, if you work the front, you want to make sure you work your hamstrings just as much, so you don't get problems with your hips even. You know, if you're uneven in your leg strength, you're gonna whack out your joints.
Well, you know what I noticed when when you go to the movie theater and you're sitting down, like my knees start hurting really badly.
Or on airplanes.
Or airplanes too. Do you think working out the legs better could probably help that maybe?
Yeah, or depending on how you're sitting in the theater, you know, sometimes if your legs are, depending on the seat, if you're like squished all the way, that's going to put a lot of pressure on your kneecap. So stretching, and again, you know, strengthening your legs and keeping everything well balanced is super important.
Well, let's get right to it,
Let's do it.
Take my bracelets aside. Okay, so let's see, where do we start? Where do we begin?
Well, let's start, you know, I wanted to touch on this real quick. It's a goofy looking exercise, but we got to think about the bottom of our legs, right? We talked about the top.
Top, right.
But for example, if you have weak ankles, and a lot of my clients do, you want to do little things like this, you know, like little, I'm sorry, we're only doing this for a second.
Pigeon walk?
And then the other way around, where your toes are up, right? Like this.
Which you can really see with your shoes.
Walking on your toes. Like that, and walking on your heels. So anyhow, that's all we're going to do about that, because it looks really goofy.
That,
but it is really, really important. So should I get some toys and show you?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so this one is one of my favorites. I just got this one on the fitness conference. Who wants to do that?
I'll do it.
Okay. And actually, you know what? Nikki, you can do the same thing with a different toy.
Okay.
So you guys can do the same exercise.
Oh. And this is to work which part of our leg?
It's going to be the outer thighs, your favorite.
Good, my favorite.
Okay.
And also your quads. Really, you know, the legs. You always work a lot of.
What do I do with them?
Okay.
Sorry. Good question. Bring them around right above your knees. Okay.
Okay.
Great. So I'm going to stand right between you guys.
Okay.
This way you can. So what I'd like you to do is squat down like that.
Oh, my favorite.
And then bring it out.
So squat.
Like that, right?
And then
squat.
Oh, wow.
And bring it out. So that's going to work your outer thighs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is so good.
The vastus lateralis.
Whoa.
I like this one.
The IT band.
Now, how far out do we want to kick our leg?
Well, that's a good question. You want to go to the point where you can control it. So if you're starting to compensate with your hips, then you've gone too far.
So let me see. Here.
And do you want your legs just shoulder width apart when you squat?
Yeah, you want your legs shoulder width apart.
Okay.
And you don't want those, we talked about that last week, you don't want your knees to be wobbling in or out. They want to be
wow, I'm going to feel this.
Great, right?
So yeah, I can feel it on both sides too.
So after you've done that, so like we talked about, after you've done your outer thighs, you want to make sure you do your inner thighs.
Yeah, for sure.
So if either one of you guys could lie down.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Let me take this
back?
toy off. Yeah, on your back.
Okay.
And then take this one off.
Yeah, watch this.
And we're going to put the ball between your knees.
We can buy one of these. What is this called if we want to buy this?
Oh, yeah, that's a tube.
Just a tube?
Yeah, you can get that on, you know, your favorite sporting goods store. Lie down.
Good.
Okay.
And
oh, this is good for the inner.
Okay.
Oh, this is a great exercise. So I want you to squeeze keep your feet on the floor, squeeze, and release. So at the same time, you might as well add some abs.
Yeah, you're right.
Try and do as many
Don't you?
exercises
Oh, I love that. You really feel it in here.
I can feel it. I like this. It's shaking.
Isn't that a great exercise?
Yeah.
So
that is a goodie.
You took that one off. That's fine.
Oh, do you want me to put it back on?
We'll do it in a second.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, yeah, why don't you put it back on? Put it around your ankles right now for a little bit. Just with you. And as you're bringing your knees in more, like we talked about earlier, by changing your angle of your upper thigh, you're going to change whichever inner thigh muscle you work. There's a whole bunch of them.
Oh.
There's the longus, brevis, magnus, sartorius, and the gracilis. So there's a lot of muscles there.
It doesn't look like I'm doing much. But
yes, you are.
Totally
I can see it in the legs.
And if you even hold it, like, why don't you do an isometric contraction for a second?
Okay.
So in other words, squeeze and hold with your upper body. Squeeze and hold. Feel that?
I do. I feel it.
Your neck. Okay. And release. So that's going to change it.
Wow. Okay.
So now what am I doing with this on my ankles now?
Now I'm going to have you lie down. Face
lie
up.
down?
Yeah.
Face up. Okay.
So we're going to do an outer thigh exercise again. There's so much to do. Legs, literally, I could spend a whole hour on the legs.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But we're just going to do a few that you can do at home. You know, you need nothing for this. So let's get your legs up in the air. Hands go under your booty.
Under my booty?
Yep. And
like
your head is down.
Okay.
You're going to bring your legs out.
Like that?
Out.
Oh, that is so good.
Burn.
Wow. How far do I want to go?
Relax your feet. Again, you know, to the point where you feel the tension, but don't push it too much. And make sure your hands are under your booty, not under your lower back.
Wow. I really feel that.
So then if you turn your toes a little bit in, say, this direction, then try it again. See how that feels differently.
Whoa.
Because there's so many quadricep muscles. There's 4 of them.
So this is working your quads?
My legs are totally shaking.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, a little bit the quads now and the outer thighs,
outer thighs.
Oh my God, they're totally shaking.
Great,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
And then if you turn it this way, you're going to incorporate a little bit more of your booty.
Oh, good.
Try
I need that.
See, then you get the medius, the gluteus medius.
So turn your toes
really feel it here.
Out for outer thighs.
And
this is good.
Great. Okay, now we have to do a little bit of the hamstring.
Okay. Yeah, little hamstring.
Flying, lie down.
Okay, you go.
You go.
Oh, me.
Lie down, face up.
My Velcro on my sneakers.
Okay, really quick.
Okay.
You want to turn that way?
This way?
Good. And ball under your legs.
Okay.
Pick up your booty. Head down.
And while she's doing this, we want to remind all our viewers how they can find our amazing personal trainer, Karin Von Olst, can be found at KarinFitness.com. And you can also send her an email with any of your questions to KarinSantaFe at AOL.com. Love it. Whew. I'm out of breath.